So the first of 3 healthy habits you shouldn't overdo, taking vitamins. You know, so many people pop vitamins like it's candy. Problem is, you pop too many vitamins of the wrong kind, you can actually put yourself into a toxic state and harm your health. I think vitamin C is a good example. A lot of people take vitamin C because they think taking pills of vitamin C are going to prevent them from getting sick. There's never been any evidence that it does decrease your rate of getting sick. Having said that, you can take too much of it. In some studies, people who took over 500 milligrams a day actually suffered from some diarrhea. Some people can be put at risk for kidney stones. And so all you need for a man, recommended daily amount is 90 milligrams, 75 milligrams for women. But here's the big thing. Get your vitamin C from fruits and vegetables. You're going to get plenty of vitamin C if you add those colorful fruits and vegetables to your life. You know, if you want to take 1 supplement a day and you're convinced that it helps you, you know, 1 supplement a day probably isn't going to hurt you. But I've seen people popping like 5, 6, 7 of these at a time.
And ideally, we want everybody to get their vitamins from their fruits and vegetables. But one category is pregnant women. You absolutely have to take your prenatal vitamins. And even when you're trying to get pregnant, so at least 3 months before, and that's because you need a certain amount of vitamins and minerals for yourself and your growing baby. And calcium, iron. The thing you don't want to get too much of is vitamin A, especially for pregnant women, because this can actually cause birth defects. You want to keep your vitamin A lower than 5,000 I units. And this is why you should go over your prenatal vitamins with your OB, because there are some over-the-counter where I've actually seen they are actually too high in vitamin A.
And mentioning vitamin A, kids need between about 300 and 500 micrograms per day of vitamin A. But you know what? You can get that in about half a carrot. Deal. But here's something parents really need to pay attention to. We're talking about iron. Did you know that more kids die under the age of 6 from iron overdose than any other poisoning? It's a huge, huge problem. Yeah. And this is why, because a lot of parents have these multivitamins with iron or iron supplements sitting on the counter. And they see the kids see the parents taking them, they think it's candy, and parents look away and suddenly they're popping a bunch of these pills. The initial symptoms are very vague. Every child will get these. Tummy ache, vomiting, diarrhea. You know, those are the initial symptoms of iron poisoning. And the problem is, then those symptoms get better for a little while, and then the secondary symptoms of organ damage, liver damage, coma, death, those set in later. So it's very, very dangerous. It's hard for a physician to recognize the symptoms. You know, how many kids come
diarrhea and vomiting, you're not thinking, oh, it must be iron overdose.
Right. Unless parents see that there's pills missing. So that's why it's so important to keep these out of the reach of their children. If you see them getting into these, call poison control.